while we're here on this beautiful July morning, gonna do a little gardening watering of the ionic gold, silver, and this one is a silver zinc purple combination. And then, of course, there's lots of the monoatomic states as well. These ones just filled up last night and still close to the full moon, and they're pure silver monatomic and plasmic clusters, trying to get them into, well, the purple state from the moon activation. Alright, what am I doing? We're taking the top water, which is the ionic water that has absorbed the plasmid monatomics at the bottom. We go to the end of the vegetable garden. We got some kale. We got that lettuce, dill, sunflowers, and string beans, and beets, more lettuce. Alright, so we pour the top water out. And again, I just do the back of the garden to try to compare the difference to the front. Problem is, I've been doing this for a few years now, so inevitably lots of the charged water state has reached the front, even though I try not to, and the whole garden's just growing larger than a few years ago when I started this, even though it's actually getting less sun as the trees keep growing and blocking it. But hey, that's the whole goal of these experiments, to prove this ionic structured charged water actually increases the yields of the plants, which it does. So can't go wrong, right? Got rhubarb in the back. Columbine flowers. And the lupins. Gotta show the lupins. Got some apples starting on the trees. Yeah, increased yield. That's what it's all about. So then just refilling the jug or jar with the tap water. Thank you, Elijah. Hope you're doing well. Okay. Now, these ones not using on the garden yet, still rinsing the salt out of them. I rinse them 9 times from when I make and harvest monatomic molecules. This one, ooh, yeah, aluminum, zinc, and silver. So, not doing that. Wouldn't consume that. These are for other experiments. Gonna end up drying this material out into the straight powder once all of the salt's been rinsed. I think this one's on its fourth or fifth rinse. This one, same combination. And why some ancient legends call this stuff mother's milk, you can clearly see why that is the ancient mother's milk that creates the fountain of youth, aka this ionic water. Once it settles, it dissolves back in. Say what? How old do you think I am, Elijah? How old do you think BurnEye is? How old am I? You tell me. How old is BurnEye? Guesses in the chat? Alright. Wait. I don't know, 30s? Yeah, exactly. It was 10 years ago I started drinking this water. And what day is it today? 13th, so in 4 days it is my 40th birthday. 4 days I turned 40 years of age. I don't think, I think I've maybe aged 1 or 2 years since I started drinking this stuff. But yeah, I haven't turned blue, I haven't turned into a Smurf, I don't die, I live longer. Alright, I'll turn that water off now that all of them are filled. You can see how it settles. Pretty. I should have waited till the sun was on it so it would have sparkled. How old do I feel drinking it? Like 20? There's exclusion zone as it starts to settle. One at the top there. Very small one. The purple stuff acts different. It stays suspended longer. Alright, then more projects. Look at that. We got 2 giant batteries from an excavator to start working with. I gotta get the solar panels out one of these days. All the scrap metal, and what are all the pipes for? Think concentric circles of reactors within each other with the battery electrolysis hydrogen systems that I'm doing, and coils, and then frequencies. And then you've got a combination of the Joule cell, Stanley Myers device, and my own specific, like, 5th generation adaptations, because that's what we do here. Alright, we got some of my coils. One day we will all be free. R.I.P. to my brother Alexander. He did that. Alright, I want to end it here showing now a larger exclusion zone and the second exclusion zone starting to form. And as this reactor goes on, see at the very top, that's hydrogen circling around, as well as monatomics. And that's the blue, the salt from earlier, condensed right in the middle. Right now we've got it cleared. So that salt layer that it had completely started out with a couple hours ago, before I plugged it in, when it was all blue salt, now you can see it's only about an inch thick, and two massive exclusion zones, charge densities now formed, and clearing the water of that salt. Right? Yeah, and yeah, we got iron in there turning white, we have copper turning white, and we have the aluminum also turning white. They're all in the monoatomic state in the reaction that I have it right now. Sustained stable neutral states of reactions, no oxidation. As well, earlier I was showing the sulfur state. Now you can see that the yellow layer has settled and the water has gone back to the neutral state and no longer suspended, right? And so these are key parts in understanding the charges in suspension, how stuff works. And we will end this little stream as I show off one of my greatest successes here, which looks like cranberry juice or red wine or something, but no. This has been sealed for 4 years now, and that is my blood bonded with the water, bonded with gold, and it has stayed completely suspended and red and healthy and like almost cryogenically suspended but not frozen in the water as I made it. And it's not odd, it's wild. Electrochemistry, adept alchemy, and advanced ancient science coming back to you through Bert and Ernie. And it has to do with why I believe the homunculus legends are probably true. But I am not going to be the first person to create a half chicken, half BurnEye, freaking monster running around. Someone else can do it. Yeah, you just don't cross certain thresholds, for proof of concept, to be proven true, because you could, you just, it's for others, I got my own work, but laying the groundwork. And what else am I talking about with that, for those that haven't seen? There's this video with the bubble, how it shoots up, over and over. But later in this same recording, one of the many examples of the blood-flesh biological organisms I can grow in the electrochemistry. It's alive. That's my own blood and cells growing in silver and bismuth. That's my own blood suspended in gold and silver ionic water state. over 4 years sealed. These guys grow and stay alive as long as, well, you got the electricity going in. They do eventually seem to die off if you seal them off. But yeah, it's a story for another day. That's some science for another day. There's the two anodes. One a carbon iron welding electrodes as the sacrificial anode with a couple coils around it. The other is a tungsten welding electrode as an anode with the same two double solenoid wire coils around them. Again, we'll show some of the aerogel. More aerogels. Why not? One of my original logos. I have had success with growing certain funguses of magical types in the past, but for now I've left that in the past. But hey, I got my medical marijuana grow license papers to send in the mail. Figured I should just do my passport first. You got Barney. You got Barney. You got Bert and Ernie. And you got Oscar the Grouch. And you got the Alchemist minions. More aerogels. Samples. Plasmid clusters. I'm a grower, not a shower. Well, when I'm a grower, he's a shower? I don't know. Child friendly. Wait, no. Always select the not suitable for children when you got a BurnEye stream. That was my first dog, T2. My second girl, Jazzy. Or Tito. That's Tito. Jeez. Tito. And Tito looks pretty identical to my current dog, T2. And thus, Tito too. Yeah, them's long and buried, but thus is life. Thus is a dog's life. They all go to heaven. Oops. Alright. I should probably get to do another task I have to do. So much damn work. Gotta get the Tesla tech. Still working on the presentations. Doing the video edits. Getting it all organized. And Alchemist's work is never done. Good old Salvador Dali. Oh, some more coils. We got coils. We got pyramids. We got more coils. Coils. Monoatomics. Coils. 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 Pyramids. Coils. And we got Burnder the Fembot. Crypto Burndo the Fembot. That's right. Crypto Burndo the Fembot. Einstein, that thug gangster. Monetizing discovery and science. Yeah, that's the real face. Yeah, taking you guys and gals on a little bit of a tour today. Oh, we got more sealed samples and hydrides. Alright, back to these coils. And they do have energy. They really do. Especially when you go like this. And then like that. That's for another day. Another discussion. And we will finish off. We started checking out the squirrel in the tree. As the water settles. Your cats kill anything that flies. Squirrels fly. They fly from tree to tree. Oh, God. So much work to do. Freaking look like a hoarder. I'm a hoarder. So much stuff. So many. God. Alright. We will see. We got to get to that. More experiments. More work to do. And, on that note, wishing you all a blessed Sunday. Until the next one. Ta-ta.